Welcome to Think Plus Education. My dear serious aspirants of IPMAT 2026, you are left only with the 50 days for your IPMAT Indore preparation. Please do understand that you might have started your preparation 1 year back. Some people might have started 6 months back. Some people might have started 2 months back. Some people may not start your preparation. For the next 50 days is your game changer. If whoever is channelizing your energy and putting it at the right place, you will definitely clear the cutoff for the IPMAT Indore and especially for IIM Indore. In this video, we will discuss about the IPMAT Indore cutoffs and also where you need to put your energy, which chapters are important, and also with this score, what colleges we can apply in India through IPMAT Indore exam. Let's see here. First, let's understand this course, and actually this, we have a lot of IIMs, IIM Indore, Ranchi, Rohtak, Jammu, Bodh Gaya, and IIFT, Kakinada, and a lot of business schools are offering IPM program, Integrated Program in Management. In India, the first business school to start this program is IIM Indore. It was started in 2011, and this is the BBA plus MBA program. It's a 5 years program. And so this is one of the India's toughest management entrance exam. And please remember, this IPMAT Indore exam score is not just only for IPMAT IIM Indore, and the score is actually valid for the multiple business schools. So we will also look into what business schools are accepting this one. So let's first explore the exam pattern here. So this exam is for total 90 questions. And 90 questions, for every question you have a +4 marks. For every wrong answer you have -1. So that means 90 into 4, this exam is total for the 360 marks. Okay, you also need to remember this 90 questions are here. If you see here, 15 plus 30 plus 45. The 45 questions on verbal ability and 30 questions on quantitative ability, multiple choice questions, and short answers. Short answer means you need to type the answer for the 15 questions here, right? So this is 15, this is 30, and this is 45. Please understand, for here you get +4 and -1. Here also you get +4, -1. For short answer questions, +4 and 0, because even if you type the answer and if it goes wrong, still you get the 0 marks. So, but the only challenge with this quantitative ability short answer means a lot of students will think that, okay, there will be no sectional cutoff, let me spend time. So this is actually killing a lot of students' exam, and also they are not able to clear the cutoff. So you really need to understand where you want to invest your time so that it yields the positive results, not 0 results, right? So we will also see that how these things are happening, especially for the cutoff side. If you look at the general category, the people who don't have reservation, and this is for the IPMAT Indore 2025 cutoffs, IPMAT Indore 2025. And here the cutoff is given for general category, quantitative ability short answers 20 plus, and multiple choice questions 35 plus, and verbal ability 120 plus. Total this is 175 plus. But please be very clear, whoever is aspiring for IPMAT Indore, 65% weightage is given for your IPMAT Indore exam, and 35% weightage is given for your interview performance. In this 35%, I'm very clear that some percentage definitely will be given for your 10th class, 12th class, and your profile. So this 65%, a lot of students are thinking only about clearing the cutoff, but please be very clear, try to maximize your score. Don't just aspire only for 175 plus, because in the last 2 weeks of time you can think about how to clear the cutoff. But at this moment, out of 360, I strongly suggest to target at least for 250 plus marks. So 250, you will be on the safer side. Even if your interview is not doing well or not going well, still you can get it. And one more important thing, let's say that I'm preparing for IPMAT Indore and I may not clear the cutoff for IPMAT Indore, but the students have an assumption that, okay, if I'm not clearing the cutoffs, why should I prepare for IPMAT Indore? Please understand, if you're getting 175 or 180 plus, you get a call from IIM Indore. And if you're getting 160, 150, you might get a call from IIM Ranchi. If you're getting 140, 150 plus, you might get a call from the IIFT Kakinada. So there's multiple opportunities are there through this exam. Even if you're not targeting for IPMAT Indore, still you can get it, because I'll show you what colleges are accepting IPMAT Indore score for their IPM program or the BBA program, right? And for OBC category, the cutoff here is 10 plus, here 20 plus, and here 90 plus, and total will become 120 plus, right? Every student, please assume that prepare for this exam for the next 50 days, like general category students. So if you have an assumption that, if you have a confidence that anyway I have a reservation category, so I no need to score much. But in your category rank also, there will be some students who are doing pretty well. You also need to compete with them. So that's why every student should prepare like general category student. So here the other sections cutoffs also given. But this cutoffs, just to know about it, in the last minute, if you're losing the confidence, you can think about it. I have a backup plan, I have some reservation. So, but for the next 30 days of time, just focus only on preparing like a general category student. So if you see EWS 15 plus, 25 plus, and 90 plus, total 130 plus. And SC/ST category students is 10 plus, and 15 plus, 65 plus, overall 90 plus. I see some students who are able to get more than 175 plus, but they are not able to clear the cutoff either for quantitative ability or verbal ability, or sometimes for this section. So you should be equally focusing on all the three sections, in order in the otherwise two sections, to clear the cutoff for all the three sections here. Let's also see the cutoff for IPMAT Indore 2024. So 2024 also the pattern is the same pattern continue here. So 172 marks is the general category, 113 for the OBC, and 131 for the EWS, and SC/ST category is a 90. It's not just about the overall scores. You please make sure that you are clearing the cutoff for the each and every section, so that then only you can receive the call from IIM Indore. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, let's look at what colleges are accepting IPMAT Indore score. I repeat my point, if someone is preparing for IPMAT Indore, don't just prepare only for IIM Indore. The score is accepted by multiple business schools. If you look at here, IIM Indore is accepting the IPMAT Indore score, and IIM Ranchi is taking, and IIFT Kakinada is taking the same score, and IIM Shillong, IIM Sambalpur, IIM Sirmaur, and IIM Amritsar. And when it comes to the other universities like TAPMI, Manipal University, and Kriya University, and also Nalsar, Hyderabad, all these business schools are accepting IPMAT Indore score. If you are getting out of 360, 180 plus, you would get a call from IIM Indore. But if you are getting 160, 170, you might get a call from IIM Ranchi, and 150, and you might get a call from the IIM Kozhikode. So please understand, even if you are not doing very well to clear the cutoff for the IIM Indore, still you can prepare for this exam to use that score for the multiple institutions here, right? So all these things, Indore, Amritsar, Ranchi, IIFT Kakinada, Nirma University, IIM Sirmaur, Nalsar, IIM Sambalpur, IIM Shillong, TAPMI, and Kriya University, all these institutions are taking the IPMAT Indore score. If you look at here, the math is a compulsory or not. This is also quite important point. My dear IPMAT aspirants, a lot of students think that math is a compulsory for getting into IIMs. But here I want to add one more point. If you see here, math is compulsory only for 2 IIMs. In +2, if you have a math, you are eligible for IIM Amritsar and also for the IIFT Kakinada. The remaining all top class IIMs also not taking the math as a compulsory subject. Even you don't have a mathematics in your +2, still you can get into IIM Indore program. And also with IIM Ranchi, Nirma University, IIM Sirmaur, Nalsar, and IIM Sambalpur, IIM Shillong, and TAPMI and Kriya University, right? So please understand, even if you're coming from the non-math background, still you can have a chance to enter into the top class institutions in India. Okay, let's see here. And what is the syllabus for this exam? So especially for quantitative aptitude, if you take, we have a total 45 questions. 15 are short answer questions and 30 are the multiple choice questions. So arithmetic part and algebra and number systems, and geometry and modern math and higher mathematics we have. So in arithmetic, we have percentages, profit and loss partnership, RPV, averages, mixtures, allocations. This AMA is called average mixtures allocations, and simple interest and compound interest, and time and work, and time, speed, and distance. And algebra and number systems, we have a number systems. This is one of the important chapters. I'll show you how much percentage weightage is given for these chapters in the last 2 years of IPMAT Indore exam. And in addition to this, we have inequalities and linear and quadratic equations and algebraic identities. On the geometry and modern math side, we have geometry, mensuration, coordinate geometry, trigonometry, set theory, matrices, and determinants. And higher math side, we have permutation combination, probability, logarithms, progressions, and binomial theorem. Of course, we have a statistics also, basics of statistics also is required here missing. Let me write it. So this is the quantitative aptitude syllabus. I'll also show you the weightage given for each and every chapter and where you need to put your energy. This is for verbal ability. We have a vocabulary based questions, synonyms and antonyms, idioms and phrasal verbs. But most of the times, and IIM Indore is focusing on the reading comprehension and verbal reasoning. And you get some questions from vocabulary and grammar and usage. I will show you how many questions appeared in the last 3 to 4 years of IPMAT Indore exam. Reading comprehension, sentence correction, close test, fill in the blanks, and error spotting is there. And verbal reasoning, we have para-jumbles, para-completions, critical reasoning, verbal analogy, and odd man out. Okay, let's see the highest weightage chapters. This slide is really important, guys. Please understand. 21.56% weightage. That means almost 1/5 of the paper we are getting only from 2 chapters, that is number systems and geometry mensuration. number systems and geometry mensuration, you are getting 21.56%, 1/5 of the paper. So trust me, if you look at the cutoff side, even if you are getting 20 marks from each and every section, 5 questions if you answer from here and 5 questions from there, you can clear the cutoff. Out of 45 questions, even if you answer 1/5 of the questions, 9 or 5 here, 5 there, almost 9 to 10 questions, you will clear the cutoffs. That means for clearing the cutoffs, even if you study these 2 chapters properly with a lot of depth, you can clear it. But please understand, every student can't crack every question from number systems. You must have a second backup plan to clear the cutoffs. So the first highest weightage is given for number systems and geometry mensuration. And next 25% weightage is given for these 4 chapters, these 8 plus 8, 16. These 3 chapters, that is data interpretation, permutation, combination, probability, indices, surds, logarithms. Lot of students leave these chapters, especially for ISL, indices, surds, logarithms, and PNC in probability, because they simply depend on arithmetic chapters. Arithmetic chapters means just look at whether you are only preparing for these chapters, so you are in the danger zone. Percentages, profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest, time and work, time and distance, average, mixtures, allegations. If you are preparing only these chapters, you will be in the danger zone. Not just for IPMAT Indore, you are also for the IPMAT Rohtak and IPMAT Jammu. So don't just depend only on these chapters, and look at how much percentage weightage is given from these chapters. And here, linear equations and quadratic equations, here 27.19% is given. From which chapters? If you see here, from here, and 7 plus 6, 13, 13. This is 4 chapters. That means linear equations, quadratic equations and inequalities, percentage, profit and loss, SICI, and set theory and ranges, and this is progressions. If you just focus only on this one, you are getting only 6.88% of the total number of questions. Students will focus on only 6.88% and this time and work, time and distance kind of questions, and 3.44 and 2.81. This 1.8. Almost you are getting 10 to 3, 6 plus 3, 9, 9 plus 2. Almost 12 to 15% questions only appeared from arithmetic chapters. I strongly recommend, don't just depend only on arithmetic. Try to be strong in number systems progressions, geometry mensuration, and also indices, surds, logarithms, and algebra, quadratic equations, polynomials, simple equations, and special equations kind of things here. Here you can see, if you want, you can take the screenshot also. And 26.25% is from the other chapters here, right? So majorly you need to focus on number systems progressions, the first block, data interpretations, indices, surds, logarithms, and PNC probability, and linear quadratic equations, percentage, profit and loss, set theory, AP, GP, HP, and all these things, right? So this is the weightage. I strongly recommend these to be completed within first 15 days of your preparation for the next 45 days. And next 15 days you can focus on here, and next 15 days while revising these 2 things you can focus here. In case if time permits, you can just learn the basics of these things. Okay. Let's see here, year-wise weightage. These are the year-wise weightages given from each and every chapter. But cumulatively, you can focus only on this part to clear number systems, geometry mensuration, and data interpretation, PNC probability, indices, surds, logarithms, linear equations, percentage, set theory, and arithmetic progression, geometric progression, harmonic progression. Okay. When it comes to verbal ability, if you see here, as I mentioned earlier, look at how many questions are actually coming from the I'll take 2024 recent one. Reading comprehension, we got 18 questions, guys. Out of 45 questions, we got 18 questions. And 18 plus 5, 23, 28, 28 plus 6, 34, 34 plus 4, 38, 38. This is 45 questions. Out of 45 questions, 18 questions we got it only from reading comprehensions, and 5 questions from grammar, and 5 questions from parajumbles, and 6 questions from vocabulary, and 4 questions from vocabulary usage again, and also 7 questions from the idioms and phrases. So most of the questions, if you see here, 18 from reading comprehension, and grammar we have 5 questions, parajumbles we have 5 questions, and also vocabulary based questions, whether it could be fill in the blanks or word uses. These 2 things together is the third and fourth block together is given 11 questions. So please try to understand and especially learn the root words a lot, because this is the high time to learn the words, but you don't have great time to analyze each and every word and understanding how the root, to remember. But if you remember at least some of the root words, it could be helpful to break the words and understand how the word is actually formed, what could be the meaning of this word. Okay. And antonyms and synonyms also sometimes they are giving, and 1 or 2 questions. Idioms and phrases they have given 7 questions. So I am especially taking the 2025 paper. And if you analyze the 2024 also, the same pattern continues, but a lot of questions are given on the vocabulary questions. 7 plus 6, 13 questions are given based on the vocabulary in the 2024 multiple choice questions. Okay, what could be the preparation plan? Guys, very simple thing, but very few students can implement this. So what will I do is for March and April, we are, let's assume that your exams will be over by March 25th or 26th, and your exam is on the May, and probably you have a 1 month here, another 5 days, and there, so almost 40 days time only you are having, right? For quantitative aptitude, what would I suggest here is, let's divide the total syllabus into 3 blocks. 3 blocks, okay? So 3 blocks, what you need to do is every block you need to follow this theory. Every block. Let's say that the first block I would say that number systems and progressions, and second block is geometry mensuration, coordinate geometry, trigonometry, and functions and graphs and all these things. And third, you can take indices, surds, logarithms, quadratic equations, polynomials, and these 3 things. Just example I'm telling. What you need to do is this number systems, progressions, and geometry. These 2 blocks are really important. So even if you want to divide into 4 blocks, you can divide. But every block you have a 3 levels. So the first is a basic level, second is intermediate level, third is advanced level. At least for 2 blocks, you need to put all the 3 tick marks. That means the basics of number systems and progressions. You can solve the application level questions. You can also solve the advanced level questions. If you put the tick mark for all the 3 things, you will be on the safer side. And I strongly suggest, if you are dividing the whole quantitative aptitude syllabus into 4 parts, and you need to put the tick marks for all the 3 tick marks for the at least 2 blocks. For the remaining 2 blocks, let's say the arithmetic I am writing here. For the remaining 2 blocks, please keep for 1 block 2 tick marks, basics and intermediate level. For the other block also, please don't leave. Sometimes IPMAT Indore might give you difficult questions, but the syllabus will be same for the IPMAT Rohtak and IPMAT Jammu. If you prepare it this way, if you're preparing in this way, what happens? The same preparation could be helpful for cracking IPMAT Jammu or IPMAT Rohtak. So if you look at final observation here is all basics I covered. For out of 4 blocks, 3 blocks I covered the intermediate, and 2 blocks I covered the advanced level questions also. Even the difficult questions is given. If the paper is so difficult, still I can clear the cutoff by using this number systems, progressions, and geometry mensuration. So this could be the strategy. And how do you clear it up is, so let's pick up 10 days time for each and every block. 10 days sit here, 10 days sit here, 10 days sit here, 10 days sit here. The 4 tens there. But every block, first block, if you are sitting for all the 3 things, it could become easier. Next 10 days sit on geometry mensuration, coordinate geometry, trigonometry, functions and graphs. And next 10 days sit here. Last 10 days or last 20 days, while preparing for that particular block, please also revise the previous blocks and start writing mock exams as many as possible. And I strongly recommend, please write initially for the 40 days time. The first 20 days time, focus on writing at least 2 mocks per week. At least 2 mocks per week. Let's say that you're writing this Sunday 1 mock and write 1 more mock on the Wednesday. But students are preparing for the exam and writing the mocks, but they're spending absolutely 0 time on analyzing the paper. Analysis is different from overview. What is overview? If I see any question, if it went wrong in the exam center, I'll see that question after the exam. Okay, this went wrong. Okay, I'm not reattempting that question. If I'm reattempting and understanding where I'm lagging, am I lagging at the basics? I'm unable to understand identify the formula to be applied here. Otherwise, did I make any calculation errors? So you need to have an error log here. That error log will give you a great clarity about how many mistakes you are making at the basic level, how many mistakes you are doing at the application level, how many mistakes you are doing at the calculation level. Okay, this is what I would suggest, and I keep telling a lot of things in the going forward in the next 40-45 days. Don't worry. And same thing with the verbal ability. Let me write for verbal ability also. So VA, I strongly recommend for the first 40 days time, and every day just focus on solving 2 reading comprehensions and 5 parajumbles. It's mandated. And 2 reading comprehensions, how you want to do is, in the first 40 days time, the first 20 days time, focus on solving reading comprehensions 2 every day, but not from the same genre. Please understand, you should cover up multiple genres here so that you can get an acquaintance with the different kind of text. It could be philosophy or psychology, science and technology, or nature, whatever it is. So please try to keep changing the genres for every 2 to 3 days once, so that you have an idea about the multiple things. You don't get surprised when you see any RC. So the first thing is you should get an acquaintance with the reading comprehension text when you see in the exam center. And second important thing is you should not get stuck at any set of reading or enjoying the text in the exam center. Students make a mistake by enjoying the reading that set and forgetting about what to answer. So you should be very careful. You're writing the exam, and also you need to check what kind of questions are given, whether they are database questions or the theme based questions or inference based questions. A lot of times students will think about answering all the questions from reading comprehension. That should not be happen. And sometimes you can answer only database questions and theme based questions. You can leave the inference based questions. Okay, so please don't judge the RC based on the text. Also, you need to read the questions, and after reading the text and the questions, you can take a decision whether you want to answer all the questions or whether you want to come in the second round. Second round means some RCs you can leave in the first round and can come back to in the second round. So 2 reading comprehensions with different genres and 5 para-jumbles. And the third thing is vocabulary and idioms and phrases. Please understand, guys, vocabulary and idioms and phrases, I would strongly recommend every day try to complete at least 20 words with roots, guys, with roots, because you don't have a great time to learn 2000, 3000 words. If you learn 20 words with roots, what happened? That root word will be helpful to learn some more words through these 20 words. And second is idioms and phrases. Also, don't mug up more and try to understand the background story of those things if you are able to get the stories from this one. And I will also help you as much as possible to learn the idioms and phrases. And the fourth thing is the grammar rules. I would suggest we have a 500 grammar, golden grammar rules. And if you're able to learn all these grammar rules in the next 40 days time by just keeping every day 10 to 20 grammar rules, and probably you can answer 50% of the questions. And you also need to practice, and not in the first 10 days, in the last 20 days of time, try to do every day 10 to 20, grammar rules here. So these are the 4 things I would recommend. 2 reading comprehensions, 5 para-jumbles, and also 20 words with roots, and 500 grammar rules for the next 20-25 days time, so that your basics will be covered. And last 20 days time you can focus on what kind of RCs you are able to do and how you are able to do, and all these things, mock analysis things also we will do in videos, right? So this is the thing I would suggest. And we are also going to come with the 40 days series on IPMAT Indore preparation. Every day we will upload the videos, and students who are preparing from home, and if you need any support, please write it in the chat box. We are happy to help you. Thank you so much.